It's man like Dan. Come on. Welcome to Melanated Proud. Today, you're wondering who we've got over here. This man is a pioneer. He's not ordinary. He's a visionary. So I'm going to say his name nice and clearly because this man is sitting right near me. So let's welcome the big man, Christopher Herbert. Come on.
Bruv, this clap's for you, bro.
Nah, that's for you, man. Obviously, he's the founder of Fitforlifeyouth. Quickly, do you want to say what you do?
Yeah, Fitforlifeyouth. So we're a non-for-profit organisation based in West London, Ladbroke Grove. We do a lot of work in schools, community centres, youth clubs, just places within the area, normally within Ladbroke Grove, but around. We've also got our own gym. So Fly HQ, 151 Freston Road, W1060H. All my friends that are watching, they're going to laugh. I say it all the time.
Yeah.
151
Bring the mic a bit closer, please.
Yeah, cool, yeah, cool, yeah. So yeah, we got our gym there, Freston Road. Yeah, man, we're just doing a lot of work in my local community. And we're just, we're doing stuff like that with the young people.
Alright, let's pause. Let's look at his arms though, innit? He's been in the gym as well, innit?
I'm in the gym. You know what's funny? I don't even train as much as I used to, but I'm in the gym all the time.
The lies. But before we begin, this is going to be a nice motivational one, innit? So really just deep his story. Please like this, share this to whoever you think could find this valuable as well. So my first question to you is, what made you start Fit for Life? Boy,
Fitforlifeyouth, the reason I set it up, man, is if you've heard me speak before, you would have heard me say a similar story to this, man. But it's really, when I was younger myself, my friends, we used to go to youth club a lot. We used to play football. You know, we had 2 youth workers. They get embarrassed when I big them up, but big up Rick, Ola, you know you are. There was others, but those were the 2 prominent ones. And they made a big impact in my life. Like I'm definitely me and my friends are who we are today as a result to the work they did with us. And even after we left the youth club, we still kept in touch with them. We're still in touch with them now.
So that fully made an impact on your life?
Yeah. They're like, you know, on my estate when I grew up, there wasn't actually that many black people there on my estate, to be fair. It's changed now, but we're African descent. So in the youth club, myself and me and my main kind of core friends that lived on the same estate, we were all black. We went, you know, racism and just, it's not even the kids that was doing it at the time, they're just kind of doing they're just repeating things they've heard. They don't even know what they're saying. So, but we used to have to kind of fight things like that, stick up for each other. So then in the youth club, we kind of, when Rick and Ola came to the youth club, it was just nice seeing like black staff, to be real with you, like, and black men as well. So I'm fortunate, I've got like, both my parents are at home, but with Rick and Ola, it was like, they were just different. Especially, they were more, you can relate to them on different things. My parents are Nigerian. So there's certain things that was going on that I can't really speak to them about. Do you know what I mean? Or think, there's even the slang, even just their perspective, because with Rick and Ola, they was just out, football was just different. Do you know what I mean? So, like I said, they just made a big impact on me. Then I've run other businesses before. You know, I've been part of other businesses, but they've never really they were just about money. Do you know what I mean? They were good, they made good money, they did all right, but there was no passion into it. They was just doing it for money, didn't enjoy it. You know, I sold one of the businesses, the other one I'm still partly part of, but it just wasn't something that I fully enjoyed. Then it came to a point, one of my friends, he was doing some stuff and I was like, right, it's quite inspiring to me. Big up Cam King. So yeah, he was doing some stuff. It was like, I was like, right, this is inspiring. And he had a launch event for something he was doing at the time. And then I remember coming home and I was like, that's a bit mad. Like, Cam's doing that. I'm doing this. That's like, Cam's inspiring. It's just like, I want to do something better. Do you know what I mean? And then like, there was a guy that in my building where I live, an older guy, he passed away about a week or so before. So you know when people close to you pass away, you kind of start thinking like, right, when I die, what's it going to be like my future? That's what I was thinking anyway. So I was like, right, what are people going to say about me when I die? Like, and I was like, so it just made me then I just changed it up. Like I was just thinking, this is long. I just want to change. I want to do something more, do something different. Then I was speaking to my cousin actually, and then we were just talking, and then I was like, yeah, man, I just want to go passion over profits. That's like something that I kind of coined. So I've said it quite a few times. People might know about it, but it's like I'm going passion first, then profit second. Whereas before it was always just money. How much that make? Yeah, what if we do that, we sell that, we get this at the end of the month. Where this one I thought, you know what? I want to make an impact in a young person's life, in young people's life. I want to help out the community. And I want to do stuff that I enjoy doing. So I just started doing voluntary, bro. I contacted my old primary school, contacted my old youth club. I went back to my youth club where I was, because, you know, so I went back there, starting, I was really into boxing. Like, I got into boxing. I never grew up doing boxing, but over the years, and I think that actually, because I've done a lot of sports growing up, but boxing kind of crystallized what I already had when I think back on it now. So it's like, I was like, yeah, I've done my levels, like boxing tutor, level 1, level 2. Do you know what I mean? I just got into boxing. So I went there and I was like, look, man, I'm a boxing coach. I'm here. I can help. Then a guy like Dalgano Community Centre. So I'm actually a trustee of there now. So Dalgano Community Centre, that's in Ladbroke Grove. The one of the youth workers there, he was trying to do boxing as well. And he was like, oh, look, I've got this guy, but he's doesn't come in often, he's late, or not. He wasn't reliable. I said, bro, what time do you do it? What day? He was like, I'll do it Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 to 8. I said, I'll be there every Tuesday. Boom. I said, Thursday I can't do because of volunteers, but Tuesdays I can do. Brother, I was there, we was doing that. Now, because I've opened my own place, I don't go anymore. But that's a good 3-4 years. I was doing that every Tuesday. Built it up. We have
voluntary, innit?
Pardon?
You said voluntary.
Yeah, voluntary. But doing that was good. It opened doors for me. But with that, yeah, bro, we had like 3 or 4 youths that used to come, 3 or 4 kids. Now they're a boxing club now, it's an amateur boxing club now, official. I'm part of that, obviously, and then as well, it's buzzing, and that helped me become a better coach as well. So to answer your question, that's a long answer.
No, it's good to paint a picture, man.
Yeah, but the reason I started it, man, was just I wanted to make an impact. And the thing is now, I was saying to my wife, I was like, I could actually stop because I've actually achieved that goal. Like I've made an impact, man. I know I have, and it's good to see, like, when you work with young people from areas that we grew up in, and you see them, you just see when you kind of have a conversation with them, and you give them a different perspective, and even just being who you are is a different perspective all by its own. You don't have to open your mouth sometimes. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I wanted to make an impact, man. I wanted to just give what was given to me, because Rick and Ola, like, they made a big part, man. They used to, sometimes after football on a Sunday, we used to go football training on a Saturday and a Sunday in Big Scrubs Park, and we just used to stay afterwards and talk for about an hour, 2 hours, and then having some conversations. And them, you're so impressionable at that age, and we just, you think you know things, innit? Like, you're 15, 16, talking about girls, talking about music, talking about making money, and they'll just say something, you'll be like, raw, I never thought of it like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you put all those conversations together, it forms your character.
Yeah.
You know, so and that's not just me. You're seeing me here today. Think of a whole football team of all of us. I'm mainly black boys. Do you know what I'm saying? Mainly black boys, all of us. So yeah, man, it was to make an impact. I wanted to give it back. That's what I wanted to do.
That's powerful, man, because like they really had an input in your life. They shaped your character, your mindset, but you never just took that win away. Like, you've actually thought about giving it back. I know you done your own thing, that's not a crime. Like, you're meant to do your own thing anyway, but it's the fact that you have something in your heart, like you have a desire to try and give back to the community in whatever way you can and make impact. So that for me is powerful. I know I asked you, what does Fit for Life do, but I'm not happy with that explanation, man. You're doing a lot, and I feel like maybe you're trying to keep it humble as well, but you're really making an impact on the community. Like, Fit for Life is based in, what is it?
So we're West London, man. So we're Ladbroke Grove. To be fair, I kind of gave you the elevator pitch, so I'll go into a bit more. So we do a lot, man. We do mentoring. We do a lot of work with the Grenfell community. So obviously we're based around, like, our gym where we are is like, you can see Grenfell Tower from there. So we do a lot of work with the council, we do work with the council to kind of help the community recover from that. So like Grenfell Recovery, we do mentoring. So we just finished running a program where we had like 13 young people from the area. They all got their level 2 gym instructors course, and we provided jobs for some of them. We're still working with some of them, trying to help them kind of develop their careers in that. We do, we've got community sessions that we put on free in the community. So they come, they can do salsa, they can do Zumba, they do boxing. Those classes are really well received.
What's the age group?
From anything from 6, really. 6. No, actually, no, that's not true, because we do taekwondo as well. And he takes from 4. So really from 4. And you've got a whole family that comes through, so you'll come from 4 till 6 to 4 years old till 6 years old. Yeah. Then the older sisters, the older brothers, the mums, the adults. We do, there's family classes. Yeah, we do stuff in colleges. So we've also, in the past, we've done boxing shows in collaboration with St. Charles College. We've done work with other charities. So we do a lot of stuff, man. And we also employ a lot of local young people, which is what I'm most proud of, to be fair, because even when I think of some of the young people that work with me, and I think of the journey that they've made, you know, and you know, people say, all right, cool, what we're doing is inspiring. I'm aware of that. But then when I look at the young people and I think, wow, this kid, when I first met this kid, he was so road. Like, and look at him now. Do you know what I'm saying? Or he was
That's mad, and you've helped transform his mind.
Yeah. And it's like, I know I'm a humble person, but I recognize it because it's, you know, I recognize it. And you look and you think, when I first met this person, they had all this that's the thing. They have it's all inside them. It's all inside them. But you give them the avenue to open up, man. And it's wicked to see, man.
It's mad because like everyone looks for something outside to make them, but they're already made inside, isn't it? It's just about opening it up and revealing it. Yeah. And being someone that can help someone unlock their sort of potential or realize who they can possibly be. I feel that's very powerful, man. Of course, you're always gonna be humble and not really say too much, but I think it's important to acknowledge how much you've actually done. Like, you helped with Grenfell as well. I think I read something about you like helping with food at some point as well.
No, I mean, we've worked with some food banks, but not too. I mean, okay, food. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so we run a holiday program. Yeah. And a youth program. So the youth program's every Wednesday at a local youth centre, youth club, Lancaster Community Centre. And then, so there, the kids come, the young people come. It's called Motion. It's from 6 till 9. And it's a youth club. You know, we do fitness stuff with them. We do mentoring. There's music production. We do quite lots of youth club. You know, they come and they flex. Sometimes as well, it's just it's a safe environment. That's what it really is. It's a safe environment where they can come and just be with their friends. And there's no grooming going on. Like, there's no one, you know, like people that, I don't know what your crowd of people that watch this. But when I say grooming, I mean grooming as on an estate, you might have an older guy that's making money illegally, just start buying stuff for the kids, for the young people, trainers, whatever it might be, designer stuff. That's a form of grooming. And then, you know, so then they can go and then start helping him make money. So with that, it's like a nice, safe environment where they can be around young people their age and just chill and just flex. And we provide food. So, you know, they come, they help with the cooking and they enjoy it, you know, like they'll make, like, yeah, what are we making today? Like, all right, cool, we'll go Tesco's, we'll go wherever, buy chicken, buy food, whatever, veg, whatnot. So we do that, and obviously don't pay for that. Then on our holiday camp as well, we provide food. Like, it's part of, so it's called, we get funding for this though. We do get funding from the council. So they come every day. It's free. If you're on free school meals, it's free. Otherwise, you can bring a packed lunch if you want, but it's a free meal. So we provide breakfast, healthy snacks, and lunches. So that's, we've been doing that now.
How long have it been going on for?
That has started Easter last year. And that is all a result of, maybe you're aware of this or not, but you know, obviously when Marcus Rashford put pressure on the government, so that's all actually a result of that. So big up Marcus Rashford. Big up Marcus, man. Yeah. So that's all a result of that. So that's funding we get. And we just provide meals, man. And it's good.
But you know what, I know the funding wasn't always there before, innit? No. So like, wait, how long has the organisation been around for?
For us? We're about 3 years, just 3.5 years.
3 years. All right, cool. So now I want to speak about the challenges, isn't it? So like, how was it like on the way to establishing Fit for Life Youth? Because although you've got the passion and desire to make impact, there must have been challenges on the way, innit? Yeah. And so you want to shed light on some of them. So what were some of the challenges?
Boy, it's weird because
when someone takes a deep breath,
because I'm going through the files. I'm going through the files, man. But no, I mean, financially, obviously, there's financial challenges because you've got to try and think how we're going to survive. You know, especially when you start employing people. It's like, right, they rely on you you got to pay them. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
And you said you wasn't funded at the beginning.
No, yeah. So all right, so we started off because I was never. When I set this up, I didn't know really about the whole. It's called like the voluntary sector. That's what it's referred to as. I'm an entrepreneur, like, but now I'll say I'm a social entrepreneur. So now I'm a social entrepreneur. So it's like my background was business. You know, all right, cool. So I know how to set up a business, limited company, company's house, XYZ. We actually won. So our first year, when we won we won Best Business Startup in 2019 from Kensington Chelsea. Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah, I thought I'd drop that one in there.
I was going to ask you that later anyway, but that's good.
Cool. That's cool. I brought it up. So we was originally set up as a business. So you're not able to, when you're a limited company. You're not
wait. Don't just speak over that. I just remember I watched the video, innit? Yeah. That meant a lot to you.
Yeah.
Just remember it, innit? Like, I know sometimes we can forget
you see
how
the video?
much, yeah,
Okay.
how much things meant to us at the time, innit? Because you said it very casually there, innit? Like, that was a big thing to do, man. Like,
That
2019.
Yeah, that was big, man. That was big.
Like,
You know what was big about that? It was like, my parents, man, because you know, my mum and dad, yeah, they hear about things I do. They don't really see it too tough. Like, you know what I mean? So,
they hurt a bit.
Yeah, like that, yeah. Just a touch. But like making them proud was like, even when I speak, like thank them, man. It was like, the first person I thanked. Even talking about challenges, that alone. So how it works is we were nominated. So one of the people that use our services, their parent nominated us. She was like, "Oh, Chris, like I've nominated you for this. You have to go and they want to interview you. They want to thing." And I was like, "Oh," I'm just like, I just want to get to work, man. I'm not trying to do all this awards and that. And then, to be fair, she had a word with me. My missus had a word with me. It's like, you need to, like, why not? Like, what are you stopping yourself for? So, all right, cool. So then went to that, and then you go there, you see these other, you see other businesses, and I'm like, people are there rocking up with a whole team. These times it's more or less just me, bruv. To be fair, it's me, and I've got like casual coaches that dip in, but bruv, I'm carrying this thing on my back. So it's like, and I'm like, raw, man, this is mad. It's kind of like a Dragon's Den thing. So you sit there. You got to be quick with them. Who are you? What you do? Because they're seeing bare people all day. So I'm like, they're talking to the panel. They're asking me questions. But I'm, again, where I believe in what I'm doing. I believe what we're doing. So I'm like, Ray, if you give me your ear, you're never just going to hear and be like, all right, cool. You're going to feel it. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it now, bro. I feel it now, bro. Keep going.
Yeah. So I had the thing, and I thought, you know, it went well. And the Brer was like, the guy, the main guy on the panel was very much like, oh, you know, thank you for coming and on me. But I'm like, you know, maybe just, I don't know, maybe self-doubt, to be fair. It's much a bit of self-doubt. So left out, didn't really expect to hear nothing back. Then got an email a few weeks later, said, yeah, you've been successful. So you're a finalist. The award ceremony is this day. Rah. And I'm like, yo, this is mad. That was sick. Like, so I was happy about that. I was like, wow, like.
Wait, so they don't actually tell you if you won or not?
No.
Oh, so it's actually all surprised?
You don't even know.
Oh, wow.
You don't even know, bruv. Like, so you got to go suit up. But I thought, if anything, you know what? This is a moment for me. I've been on this grind for long, bro. I've been like doing car washing from the age of 12, doing paper rounds, set up this business, failed, tried to set up that business, didn't work. I've been out here, man, handing out flyers, knocking doors. People, one time, I had another business at one time, It was a drama, like me and my friend of mine, he's a drama, he's an actor. We set up a holiday camp for kids doing drama in Barnes. I was out, bro, flyering, leafleting every day, putting posters on. This was so long ago, putting posters on, you know, trees and that, and sitting in cars. Then I got a phone call. I was excited, like the line rang. I said, "Yo, hi, this is Chris. Hi, is this It was called Reachable Stars. Is this Reachable Stars? Yeah. Hi, how can I help you? Do you want to sign your kids up? Yeah. Just calling about all the pollution that you're creating in our area. Like, you're hurting the trees. Can you stop blood?
Hurting the trees.
I was like, yeah, because
talk, bruv.
Wait, you know, because just pinning it into the. He goes, can you stop pinning into the trees? I'm like, is this a prank call? He's like, yeah, you know, we're seeing your flight. Just started, basically, someone from the community started complaining. I said, no, man. I was like, cool, but my point is, I've been out here, man. I've been out here in the rain. I used to hire out bouncy castles, bruv. You go to bounce car on my own. Do you know what I'm saying? So go to driving to all over these places across London with these massive bounce castles. Me in my when I first did it, I had a Fiat Punto in the back of the car. When it's raining, you still got to wrap up the castle. It's wet. It was just, I've been here. So I was like, nah, man, this is like, being nominated is good, but obviously I want to win. I'm a competitive person, so I play to win. Do you know what I mean? I want to win. So like, but I thought, rare, it's opportunity, get dressed up, get my mum and dad, get the people that have been around me, my missus, my family, my siblings, you know what I'm saying? So for that alone, I was like, we got there and it was nice. Like, it was good. All the man was there. Do you know what I mean? So that was a good moment. But it's funny that night, because I told you, the thing is, the audio on the video, you must have seen it on YouTube. Yeah. Okay, the audio is not so good. But on my speech, I said, I'm proud to be from North Kensington. I'm even prouder. I thanked my parents first. Yeah. Then I said, I'm proud to be from North Kensington. No, I'm proud to be from Kensington and Chelsea. I'm even more proud to be from North Kensington. Yeah. The reason I said that is because when people think of Kensington and Chelsea, they think it's a rich borough. Yeah, it is a rich borough. But North Kent is the poor side. Do you know what I mean? So, for example, the life expectancy of a male in North Kensington is 15 years less than the life expectancy of a male in South Kensington. That's 15 minutes on the bus.
Yeah.
You lost 15 years.
That's mad.
Do you know what I'm saying? So things like that, man. And so North Kensington's like the poorer side. So that's the thing where, and people know, if you're from Kensington, Chelsea, you know what that means. Then I said, we're sitting in the back. The cheap seats in the back. The reason I said that was because, again, Kensington, Chelsea's got like so diverse type of people. You've got some people that are really, really rich and these Boris Johnson types, should we say, yeah? So there's a Boris Johnson type on the mic. He wasn't a presenter, but he was just someone. I don't know who he was. And he was like, "Oh, he basically said like a snide remark. He was like, "Oh, can you hear me in the back, in the cheap seats or something like that?"
He said that.
That's what he said, bruv. And I'm like, that vexed me. That I was so annoyed. I was so angry, bruv. My missus was like, "No." I was like, "No, I want to go." I was like, "I want to go." Who's it? How can you do that?
Yeah.
You're disrespect. We all paid our ticket. How can you do it? Even that, like that annoyed me.
Yeah.
Then I was like,
honestly, that was before you got your award.
That was before, yeah. So I was in my head, I was like, then I started thinking, well, did it just bring? You know, you start thinking like, are we just here to make up the quota?
Yeah.
I was angry anyway. So then my missus had a word with me anyway, so she was good for that. Big up the missus. Yeah. So
big
then
up. She
was like, so I said, calm. I was like, I wanted to go though. So we sat down. Then when the awards come, and I'm like, boy, I don't know, because the other businesses were good. And like I said again, when you're looking at the team, everyone's there with their teams. Yeah. So you've got the seats. There's everyone sitting there. It's like this company here with their whole staff team, that company there with the whole staff team. Like I said, at the time, it was literally just me, and I hired I hire a coach here, but the coaches, they're not so invested in the company that they're necessarily going to come. I just had my friends and family with me. Yeah. So I'm like thinking to myself, but then I've been in those situations before when I'm like, it's literally me versus, and then I'm thinking, right, there's a fat team over there, there's a team over there, like in a business situation. Then obviously, yeah, man, it was, then I could remember Belinda was like, that's my missus, she was like, oh, I could hear her, he's going to get it. And I'm like thinking, babe, stop, because if I don't win, you saying it's going to just up, like, it's a mad one. Do you know what I mean? You're getting me anticipated. And if I don't, you're gassing me up. You're gassing me up. And if they don't say you fit for life, yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like, oh, he's going to get it. So then they said it, brother. And it was like,
and the winner is Christopher Herbert. What was it? Winner of
Fitforlifeyouth, yeah. And the winner
what's the actual title of the award?
Best Business Startup 2019.
Wow.
So yeah, best business. And that was a proud moment. That was like a crowning moment for everything that I've done. And that made me like, it kind of like made me feel like, yeah, man, I'm good at business. Like, I know what I'm doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you get
motivation as well, like to keep going as well. Yeah.
Because it's like, I feel like, raw, man. You know, you look at it as a male, and you look around, you just look around the landscape and see, this is what I'm doing. What's happening over there? What's happening over there? Obviously, we keep focused, but you can't help, and you have to. It's good to look at your peers and to look around just so you kind of know what the landscape's saying. So that for me was like, oh, you know what, Chris, like, you actually know what you're doing. Yeah. Like, that was like, it was good for me personally. Do you know what I mean? So,
you know what? I'll clap for you again, man. I'll clap for you again.
I've never actually spoke about that still.
No, man.
Never spoke about that. Yeah, man.
You always brush it aside, man. Don't have to shed too much light on your achievements, innit? Yeah. But I know it's a way to stay humble, but at the same time, it's also a way to inspire people as well, to show that this is what you end up receiving, innit? Through your hard work. Yeah. And now, if anything, that was like the start of your journey. So like, that has to be mentioned.
Yeah, thank you. No, thank you for that, bro. Because I've never actually spoke about that, man. And it's weird because I remember it very vividly. Yeah. Very vividly. So yeah, I can't remember what the question was.
Cool. No, but, I remember, innit? But yeah, that's good that you mentioned that, because I was going to mention later, innit? But you brought it forward, but it's cool. So back to what I was saying about the challenges that you faced for Fitforlifeyouth. Yeah. In terms of establishing it, what were they, and like what made you keep going even though you was facing those challenges? It's mainly like, when you're coming out of nowhere, literally, luckily for me, I mean, I wasn't coming solely out of nowhere. I'd done a lot of work in the community before. So jobs I'd had before, I'd worked in schools. I'd worked with the council, like in the play service. So, but you're still kind of, it's no longer like, oh, Chris from the play service, it's Chris from Fitforlifeyouth. What's that? Who's this? Like, so people not necessarily want to take a chance with you, and then it's also when you've got kind of people that are, or organizations, it's in Kensington, there's a lot of people that kind of do similar things. So you're trying to differentiate yourself, but then also trying to collaborate, but then trying to stay original. Do you know what I mean? So you're kind of doing a dance half the time. So, then,
people maybe trying to say things. I don't want to go into too much, but like people that are like, oh yeah, no, don't use them, or even people have come to me and said, oh, like there's people in the council that like not everyone's on your side, basically. Do you know what I mean? Or things like that. But it's hard, man. There's so many challenges, day to day financial challenges. Like,
but how do you get past that? Because like, for one, you said people are not trying to give you a chance, and so like, what does it take? Because people could easily be affected by that deeply and eventually give up. Like, no one's giving me a chance.
Yeah,
it's like something has to give for you to eventually achieve what it is that you want to achieve, innit? Or to keep persisting. So like, what happened for you to be like, you know what, I'm still gonna keep going?
Bruv, I think I'm a resilient, and even when I'm not resilient, I try to. Even if I think I try to be, I am resilient because I try to be resilient. Do you know what I mean? And I think again, I've done a lot of sport growing up, so I think sport is like such a good metaphor for life. It teaches you so much, So that's what I drew on that. You know what I mean? I'm not like, I used to play football. I played to a decent level. I'm nowhere near the best footballer, but I hang. Do you know what I mean? I can hang at least. I've done other sports. I've done boxing. I've always I've done rugby. Do you know what I mean? So it's like I've done a lot of things. So I've been in those moments where it's not going my way, and I've had to pull myself up and keep going. Even just growing up, like I said, how it was when I was younger on the estate, having to be. So you draw on that, it forges your character. It's got to keep going, because what's the alternative? The alternative is that you just stop. And then I wasn't really trying to stop. Like, I'm not trying to stop. I've got more to do. I think maybe similar to with your podcast, you've got a bigger vision. You've got a big vision. Same to myself, where it's like, I've got a vision, what I'm trying to achieve. So that's what makes me kind of keep going. I think I'm not, and as well, I'm not going to let you stop me. Like, if anyone's stopping me, it's going to be me that stops me. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not because you. So, you get a bad review, or you get this, or whatever it might be, and one thing I always try to do is I'll never let the lack of money be the reason why I don't do something. It's like, okay, now you've got to be creative. You haven't got the money. How can you get the money? Or what do you do? Can you change it? How can you do it so you don't need money? Maybe you can partner. What can you do? You have to be creative. So that was...
So you're always thinking about solutions, innit?
Yes,
like,
bro. Yes,
I like
bro.
that. I like
yes,
that.
bro. It's funny you say it's like being a problem solver.
Yeah.
Like Eric Thomas is someone that I don't watch him so much or more. But in the past, I've seen him live a few times. If you don't know who he is, Google him. He's a big guy. He's good. So when I saw him live one time, he was like, life will kind of, like, you'll get your compensation in life based around how much of a problem solver you are. Because there's one big problem. And that's what it is. I'm like trying to think, okay, boy, what can we do? How can we do this?
Yeah.
Is there an opportunity in this?
Yeah.
Maybe, or even that opportunity is, maybe that's not the right opportunity to take. So, we're going up, we're like a grassroots organization.
Yeah.
So we're going up against, when it comes to like funding bids, you're going up against organizations that have been there for 30, 40 years, 50 years. They've got a whole infrastructure. We're still building our infrastructure. So they've got someone, the roles that I do, that's someone's job.
Yeah.
So you have to write a funding bid. That's typically how it works in the voluntary sector. There'll be funding, you've got to write a bid to get the funding. I've got to fit that into my day, or I've got to fit that into my week. Somebody, that's their job. They haven't got to do nothing else. They just come in, they write a bid, and that's their job. Do you know what I mean? So you're competing against those for funding.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot, yeah. But I like what you said, though. Like, obviously, you're talking about finding solutions, but also it's the fact that you can't allow other people to dictate your life, innit? Just because someone says no doesn't mean you have to accept that no, innit? Like, it's what can you do? Like, because a lot of the time people give away their potential, their life, their freedom just because of another person. But in the end of the day, it's your life. Like, if you're going to be successful or you're going to achieve what it is that you set out to do, the only person that can stop you is yourself, innit?
Yep.
And I think that's so strong that you just carried on, because like a lot of people could be in situations where things are not going away. So like, just listen to what you've said so far. They can easily just see that, you know what, like, if things ain't going my way, I need to think about what else I can do. Maybe I have to go through a different route. But just because they say no doesn't mean it's the end.
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
I feel like people give up too much. So like, honestly, man's feeling it. Feeling it.
No, I agree with you, man. I mean, it's not supposed to be easy.
Yeah.
Nothing ever worthwhile is easy, bro. Like, nothing. If you look at, again, I like use sports examples. If you run a marathon, it's not easy. Even if it looks easy on a day, it wasn't easy, because you had to train for however many months you had to do. Whatever it might be, boxing, football, it's not easy. It's hard. And that's just me. I'm a sport. But if you're a musician or you're a dancer, you might go and watch the play and say, oh, they smashed it. How many rehearsals did those actors go through before? And how many no's did they get? You got to be strong, man. It's not, you know, and that's where, you know what, as well, the main thing I do when I get to a situation and I think this is where the win is. This is where the win is, because this is the time where X amount of people are gonna stop. So if I keep going, this is more likely that I'm gonna be successful. Do you see what I mean? Because say there's 100 people, 80 of those people will just be like, oh, this is long. So now it's only me versus I'm in at 20% now. So yeah, man, just try and just keep going.
It's mad because like me personally, I feel like once you're getting to something close, getting closer to something, there's always like a challenge or a little test. Like even your little moment where you got your when you got annoyed at that person. That if anything, you could have left and not been able to receive your award.
Yeah, mad. Imagine like, that. I don't
just
imagine
before he was actually gonna get your award.
That's mad.
But
yeah, exactly.
in the bigger picture, like I honestly feel like once you're getting closer, I think you're gonna face like a bigger challenge, and like those sort of tools that you're using to overcome it, that's what's gonna lead to your success for whatever it is that you've set out to do, innit? So like, no, well done for that.
Thank you.
In terms of like Fit for Life Youth, are there any vacancies available or any need of funding?
Boy, we're always funding, man. We need funding all the time. So yeah. But I'm not vacant. You know, we do. What's quite, you know what I've realized with now, especially with the next phase of where we've opened the gym now. 151 Freston Road. That's for the man. Yeah, 151 Freston Road for the man.
Right, cool. I had that in the description as well.
Yeah, cool. But where we've opened it now, it's good because we're attracting people now because we have a base. Yeah. So we've got like a hub, you know, like a flagship. Because when we were doing things around the community, but I'm glad we've got both sides because we're still in the community, we're still in schools, we're still in community centres, we're still in youth clubs. So that's good because you have that presence and we can now bring people to us. Yeah. But we've also got a hub where people can come in and we've got our own projects that are running that we run ourselves. So, you know, I mean, yeah, we're looking for, if anyone's honestly on the reels, anyone wants to get in touch with us, get in touch. New projects, we've got our timetable, we've got we've got a lot of space on there. So always, man, always like looking for help.
Cool. And what's the long-term vision for Fit for Life Youth?
It's changed so much over the years. It's changed.
So I remember I watched a video, innit? I seen that years ago. One of your aims was to actually get your own spot. Now you got that.
Let me tell you something actually, yeah? This is mad, yeah?
Yeah.
So you've done your research.
Listen, I brought you here for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
You've done your research. So yeah, bro. So you see when I said that, that was in October half term. That was October. That's a year ago. That was a year ago.
Wait, did you already know it was gonna come?
Mad.
Oh, you didn't?
Nah. So I'm saying, it's mad.
Because when I saw like the timing, I thought, oh, maybe you knew in it, but you're just saying, okay, once we pattern that.
It wasn't even like, because all right, I'll give you the whole story.
All right, go.
So that happened in October. When I made that, so just to be, everyone hasn't watched it. So we did a 3-year anniversary. That was our 3-year anniversary video we did.
I had the link to the description as well. Yeah,
thank you. So that was, and one of the plans, and it has been, bro. Actually, the gym, owning the gym, has been like a dream of mine from when I was in that secondary school. Like, but it was kind of a dream that I never thought I'd achieve. It was just a dream, you know, like a dream. Like it wasn't like it was something I thought, oh, that'd be nice. So I've always worked in gyms. I used to work in Fitness First, LA Fitness. Cannons. I worked in a lot of gyms. And then when I was in school one time, I remember I was just thinking to myself, I was like, oh, it'd be sick to have a gym. What would I call it? I'd call it like Inspire. Like I remember I don't know, I was in year 9 or year 10 or something. Anyway, so we were doing stuff in the community. So we were doing stuff during lockdown. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start doing sessions in the park. I was like, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 7 a.m. Was it 6? No, 7 a.m. in the park, half an hour. And I was like, it was 2 reasons I did it. 1, I needed it. 2, I knew other people needed it. And 3, I thought, well, it's good promotion and we can use it as a fundraising opportunity as well. So that it was like, I put a video out on Instagram. I was like, look, starting from next week, I'm going to be here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. If you want to come, you can come. It's free session. If you want to make a donation, you can. If you don't, you don't. Just let's come and train. It got popping. Like, we was having like 20 people turning up. It was actually sick. It was so banging. Yeah. Like, so that was going on through COVID for that whole time, Monday. And then even other trainers, like friends of mine that was trainers, like, oh, like, can I come? Cool. Then even like one of my other friends, then that was what I was doing for Fitforlife Youth. Yeah. Then one of my friends, he was like, for the man them, he was like, rare, on Sundays, this was his idea, big up Luke, he was like, oh, we're just going to train on Sunday, just come and train. And that was so sick. Like, you know, like, we were speaking a little bit about mental health before. Yeah. And that was like such a those especially more so than the ones, because Fitforlifeyouth ones, it was good, but I was working. So I was still training, but I was like working. When I was doing the ones on Sundays with the man them, it was just with the man them. It was just chilling. We was just messing around. And I remember the first one. This was the height of COVID. And then like we came. There was in the park, rocked up. These times I hadn't seen man for a little while. You know, oh, your hair, bro. You know, no barbers were closed. Oh, man tried to trim himself. You know all the jokes like, oh, da 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 da. Then I see one of my brethren and like, I said, what are you saying? So I gave him the elbow, innit? You know, the elbow thing. I said, what are you doing? I was saying, man, it's cool, just stay safe. Just grab me, innit? Then grab me, hug me, yeah? Then my next boy jumped on and I was like, it just felt nice, bro. Like, I swear, man, it was so like, and it felt weird at the same time. It was like, oh, like, you know, you're thinking all the stuff seen on the news and all that kind of stuff. So then,
bro, you didn't realize how much you needed that as well, innit?
But I needed it, man. It was sick. It was banging, and it just got big. So then this was and obviously I was doing that on a Sunday with the man them. Then on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I was doing that. So that got big. Anyway, once COVID kind of stopped and it was going into the summer months, I said, I'm going to keep this going on a Saturday morning. So Saturday morning, we're going to keep it going. £5 if you want to come. This was one of my young people used to bring in with me. He used to do it with me, used to pay him and stuff. I had a boxing bag at home, used to bring my equipment from my house. So in my car, throw it in the car, get to the park, do the stuff in the park. Getting like 15, 20 people just running around the park in the morning, like 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. That's going well. Obviously, council heard about it. Because we was also doing stuff, we was doing a lot during lockdown. We was doing stuff online for the council. Yeah. So now council are like, oh, we're gonna come offline now. We wanna bring it back to real life. It's like, yeah, cool, that's banging. Like that's what we need. Yeah. that makes sense. So then they were like, oh, you know, what would you want to do? I was like, oh, well, we do this session and we could do some other sessions. So we then and it was good timing because it was the end of summer. So it was like gonna start getting colder. So the timing was perfect. So I said to everyone, look, we're gonna now be doing these sessions in the community centre. It was called The Curve. It's shut down now, I'm gonna get onto that. So yeah, it's called The Curve. So it was going there, doing it there, and I was like, perfect as well, it's free. Because it's funded by the council. So you just turn up, tell people that was banging, was running that. Nice. Things going well. Plus everything else that's going on. Get an email. Oh, The Curve will be shutting down in whatever. We got an email in October. The Curve will be shutting down in whatever month, I can't remember now. We will relocate you to somewhere within the community to continue your sessions.
But even deep it again, that's another challenge.
Yeah.
Before.
Bruv, you know what it is, yeah? You know with me, yeah, when you say challenges, it's hard for me to think about it until I go into it, because I just go. I don't really think. So I don't feel like, I know it's a challenge, but I just take it. So this is a challenge actually, so it's a good answer to your question.
You know what I was saying, how like something big challenging happened just before something nice happened as well. It's happening again.
Now I'm reliving it now. I'm like, yeah, you're right. So this was a challenge actually, it's a good answer. So like, we get the email, I'm like, oh, man, like, what am I gonna do? Again? And as well, as much as I was doing other stuff in other I'm doing stuff all over Grove. I'm in like 3 or 4 community centres. It's good, but again, it's long because I'm bringing my kettlebells from here, my dumbbells, my weights. I left my gloves in that gym. I've got to go back, got to get there, put up the bag before, because they've got a music class in here after. It takes its toll. Yeah. Now, I'm sick of this, man. I'm sick of this. I had enough. So then I was like, they're moving us, and where they're gonna move us to? Don't know. Then I thought, you know what? Then as well, I remember speaking to my missus as well, and I was like, what should I do? Because now I was like, you know what, I'm done. I'm stopping. This is long. We're still doing everything else. This is just something we're not gonna do. I'll go back to the parks in summer. She's like, Ray, you're just gonna let all those people go? Like, you're just gonna stop? I was like, wow, that's a good point. I remember one time, one of the sessions, I hadn't told the members yet, and we were doing the end of the session. We're stretching, and people are just. It's a community, innit? Like, it's a community. People are busting joke. And I'm looking, I'm like, no, man, I can't lose this. I can't. I can't lose. I can't let this go. Like, I can't. I said, no, I'm going to look into the lease for the building, for the Curve. So a bit of a backstory now. The Curve was set up in response to Grenfell. So it was a community centre. When Grenfell happened, they got the lease for this building. It wasn't used. It was an unoccupied building. They turned it into community centre. So a lot of amazing things happened there. For survivors, for the community, XYZ. They've obviously got to a point where they thought, for whatever reason, they're closing the community centre now. So the project we was doing was obviously everything in the Curve was free. That's why it was all funded by the council. It's free. It's closed now. It closed in June, I think. So that was that. So I was thinking to myself, well, the lease is coming up. Let me just find out about this lease. Let me just find out. It's a lease. It's business.
Yeah.
So I've gone outside. There's things there. Leased. So I called the number. I had to run around a little bit. Got a few folk, like the guy was a bit long, but eventually got in touch with them. Spoke to them. Had a talk about. They thought the fees were mad though. Like, it was a lot of money. It was like 100 grand for the year, including VAT. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? And I was like, boy.
I was saying, like it's calm.
Yeah. Oh, bro, trust me. And then I had I've got a mentor.
Yeah.
Right? So I was chatting to my mentor about, no, but this actually, before I even spoke to her, it sparked an idea when I was like, wait a minute, I could have the gym. And then I also, because it's a whole, it's not just a gym, it's got 3 floors, you know, it's a big building. I was like, rare, we could rent out, my plan was rent out the other 2 floors to businesses, that's bringing us money. Then we use the ground floor for like a community centre. We have the gym, then we do youth projects, basically everything we're doing now, basically, yeah, that was the plan, besides the hiring, because I haven't got that, but I was like, raw, let's do that. Looked into the lease, then I thought, then I started speaking to my mentor, and she was like, you know, you don't actually need, like, because I was like, oh, I hope they say yes. So you got to put a bid in or put, you know, application in to get it. And I was like, the money, you know, start thinking about money. I said, well, let's put in an offer just for the ground floor. So we don't have to go for the whole building. Let's put in an offer for the ground floor. But she said as well, give them a proposal, like tell them what you're doing, tell them your story, tell them everything about you, just to kind of get them, maybe, because they might even donate it to you for free. So because of the work you're doing for the community. Like, cool. Then obviously start getting phone calls. Other people, because the word gets out. Oh, you know, Chris is looking into the lease. Start getting a couple phone calls. People, and then there's like people saying to me, oh, this person's going for the lease as well. This millionaire from Notting Hill Gate is going to buy the building. So I'm thinking to myself, raw, is this even going to happen? So then when it came to it now, I was like, I actually realised this is where it came from, nothing. You see, like from an adversity bringing something out. I was like, right, this has birthed an idea. I was like, I don't actually need the curve to do this. I don't need this building to do this. I could do this anywhere. So I spoke to the estate agent. He said, I'll speak to the landlord. We'll get back to you in a few days. Got back to me. He's like, oh, unfortunately, I remember I was out. It was raining. I was in Portobello Market, and he was like, oh, yeah, the landlords basically said, no, we want the whole building. We don't want to just hire out just the thing. We want to do the whole building. So no, I was upset. I was touched, because then I'm like, nah, I don't actually need it to be here. So then I chat. The guy was cool. He was cool enough. I said, well, do you know anywhere else? Like, have you got other properties? Because it's not the only property in London, like in West London. And he goes, oh, we don't. But you know what? Give these guys a call. They've got a few spaces around in North Kensington. So I was sick. So I called them. I left a voicemail on his phone. Then I remember this is when I get activated now. Because I'm in Portobello. I'm like, wait a minute. There was a sign outside the curve saying for lease. I'm just gonna walk around the manor and just look and see, because I don't know what I'm looking for before I know looking. So I'm walking. It was raining. I remember looking here, taking numbers, going into buildings that look empty, trying to pattern up, basically trying to find somewhere. Going around, made a few phone calls to people that I know that know things in the community that are going around trying to find. I had a session late that day in a school. My phone rings. I see the number. It's the number for the stage, innit? Like I was with one of my team members. I said to her, just take over. Guy called up, really nice guy. Called up. He's like, oh yeah. I said, look, this is the situation. We're ready to go, because we had, you know, I said we've got this amount of money. We're good to go. We're just looking for somewhere. Saying, oh, okay, we've got maybe 2 or 3 locations. I can meet you if you send me your email address or something. Just email or whatever. We can meet on Monday. So I think I did. I got back. I emailed him. Didn't hear nothing back from him though over the weekend. Monday, didn't hear nothing back. I'm sweating now, thinking like, raw, what's going on? Then he called me later that day saying, oh, sorry, he's whatever. He didn't check his email or something like that. So I met with him. He took me to 151 Freston Road, W1060. He took me there, yeah. So he took me there. I'm looking, I'm like, yo. And I knew the place already. So it's an old jiu-jitsu. Like, if you're into jiu-jitsu, Roger Gracie's like,
oh, okay.
If you're into that, you'll know about them. They're like the Michael Jordan of jiu-jitsu.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, and I used to walk past there. It's Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I used to walk past there. It's in the ends, innit? So I used to walk past when I was younger. Never went in. So I'm in there and I'm like, raw, it's banging. And like, this is it. Like, this is it. This is sick. And as well, the price was nice. And I was like, well, we can afford this. We could do this. He showed me a few other places, but I was really like, nah, this is it. And so that was actually how we got the place. And that was all happened in the space of like, so from the Curve shutting down, getting that email, before I even had any vision of, we were cool, we were calm, we were coasting, was nice, everything was running, got that email, and it just lit that fire. So everything that we wanted to do, like everything that I spoke about on that video, which is what's happening now. So even like one time when I met with somebody at one stage, and he was asking me, he's done quite well in business. He was asking us, so what's your plans? And I was like, listen, man, if you'd asked me this 3 months ago, I would have told you what we're doing right now is the plan. I want to get our own building. I want to do this, that, and the third, and which we're currently doing. So again, yeah. So to answer your original question, that was a setback that actually was set up, because now we've got our own space, which is, and I'm very proud of it, man. I'm proud of it. You know, it's on so many reasons.
Clap again. It's hard to think, you know. Like I'm actually just deep in it. In every challenge, there's always been a discovery. Always.
Yeah.
Like even in just what you're just saying, like there's a doubt, there's a feeling of wanting to give up. Your missus tells you to keep going. You persist. You get what you wanted. Yeah. Like it's mad. Yeah. And it's just the same old cycle. Yeah. Because in each situation, you've got a decision whether to stop or continue.
Yeah, it was mad. And then even so, we still deliver our sessions. So the sessions we started delivering, we now deliver them still free to community. And then this was a good move that I did. Yeah, I was like, what about all the other? See what I said about the Zumba, the salsa, because I'm not going to go into that too much. But basically, there was a load of other things that were happening that the community were using that were just going to stop or get relocated. We're literally, we're right across the road from the Curve, by the way. So it made it even better. Like it's literally right across the road, literally. So it's like we're still. So I said to the council, you can't, like me. I got that mind. Like I'll pattern up, like and think what we're going to do. You've got some people that are delivering. That's the community people that you brought in and said, we want to do this for community. What can you do for us? What can you do? And now you're basically turfing them. So I said, you need to do a transition. You can't just, and as well, the community need it. So then now that's why they're delivering a lot of those things out of our site. Do you know what I mean? So we're still, it's hitting on so many levels, because we're still like, that's why we get a lot of people in. They don't even come, they don't pay anything. They just come, they do Zumba, they do this. We got a music school starting soon. We got, you know what I mean? Other things like that. So it's, and it's come from that. Like people's asking me, how did you do this? Like, how did the council give you? How did you get? I said, bro, I made a phone call. I swear, that's all I did. I made a phone call. So I guess if anyone's watching this, just you gotta get busy, bruv. You gotta get busy, man. People like waiting, like that's what people, they wait. Oh no, the council have to do this for us. They have to do that. I said, nah, man. You need to do it for yourself, and then they'll come and join you. Do you know what I'm saying? God helps those who help themselves. Do you know what I'm saying? You gotta push. So yeah, man. I made a phone call. That's all I did. That's all I did. And then everything else, that's it. If I didn't, I could have been waiting. I just picked up the phone and made a call. So if you're thinking of something you want to do, just get busy. Where's the camera there? Yeah, get busy if you're trying to do something. Yeah.
Like, even faith is empty without works as well. Like it's the same thing, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta put the work in.
So yeah.
Boy, it's mad. I was getting speechless, you know. I was taking everything you're saying. Like it's just so mad how everything's worked out based on your choices. Yeah. And it's fine lines, fine margins.
Yeah, it is, man. It's been a lot, man. It's a long journey, man.